guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Please share this video. Today is April 1st, 2025, and welcome to the Real GS News channel. Guys, before I start, give this video a big thumbs up, and once again, thank you so much for your support. Zelensky announced that on Friday, April 4th, 2025, military commanders from countries willing to deploy troops to Ukraine will hold a meeting. They're trying to form an alliance. That's what it is, guys. An alliance. And they're trying to send troops inside the yellow and blue country. And at the same time, they're trying to work a peace agreement. When spoken of peace and safety, or peace and security, the sudden destruction shall follow. Please share the video, guys. Once again, correlation of the willing to meet in Ukraine on April 4th, Zelensky says. Now it says here, give me a second, countries, multiple countries participating in the correlation of the willing are said to meet in Ukraine on April 4th. Zelensky said on April the 1st, we will hold a meeting on Friday, a very important meeting. There will be a meeting of our military teams among several countries, a narrow circle of countries, those who will be ready to deploy, a contingent in one form or another, Zelensky says. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. All right, so they're trying to form an alliance, and they want to send troops in there and supposedly peacekeepers or something like that. But again, the bear has warned that they're not going to allow that to happen. There will be targets if any of these foreign troops come into Ukraine. On March 31st, the visit will be the first in-depth meeting of the coalition, he said. On March 31st, Zelensky and the UK Prime Minister Starmer discussed plans to hold a meeting in Ukraine this week with military representatives from the coalition of the willing. Thus far, the coalition has met in other European countries or virtually. It says here there was consultations, and this will be the first in-depth meeting. We will work on some clarification and some details. It is important that it will be based on the prepared proposal of the Ukrainian side, Zelensky said. Now, guys, there's a possibility. This is the reason why Europe is urging citizens, 450 million, to stock up and get things ready that could last 72 hours. Again, they know that their plan is to send some troops inside the yellow and blue country, which could spark a big response. All right, so they are basically provoking a bear. They are provoking the bear to strike first by this correlation or trying to form some kind of alliance. It says here, once again, the coalition is a group of countries that have pledged peacekeeping troops, that's the one I just mentioned at the very beginning, and other security guarantees for Ukraine in the potential cease plan. That's not going to work, though. Again, that's not going to work. The bear said that if they plan to send troops as peacekeepers to Ukraine, it will be brutal, put it like that. Again, they will fire upon them. The coalition of the willing has met repeatedly to determine security guarantees and a peacekeeping force for Ukraine. Leaders of 31 nations, wow, met in Paris on March 27 at a summit for the coalition. 31 nations, man. Several countries, including France and the UK, which lead the coalition, have pledged to send troops on the ground to enforce a potential cease plan. Listen, guys, listen. France and the UK, which lead the alliance, the coalition. There's something missing there. It seems like we are not involved in this one. Donald has said it. Donald said that he's going to pull out. He's not going to allow the sleeping giant to get involved in NATO stuff and these biblical wars. So once again, several countries, including France and the UK, which lead the coalition, have pledged to send troops on the ground to enforce a potential cease plan. The sleeping giant has been holding peace talk between Crane and the bear in separate meetings. Cranian and the sleeping giant officials met in Saudi on March the 25th. Give me a second here. So I want to bring this one up too. This is Zelensky. It's putting out some very important information here. Let me just fix this really quick. If you can, please share the video. Zelensky stated that a meeting of military commanders regarding the deployment of a foreign contingent in Ukraine is scheduled for this Friday, April the 4th. He made this announcement during a joint press briefing with German Foreign Minister Annalena. Now, Zelensky said this: regarding the contingent issues, we will have a meeting on Friday with military commander from several countries, a select group of those ready to deploy a contingent in Ukraine, his country. In one form or another, there is a land component, an air component, and a presence at sea. This will be the first in-depth meeting. Earlier, there was consultation. I think we will see some clarifications and some details. Importantly, the president emphasized that this meeting will be based on the prepared position of the Ukrainian side. It keeps saying this for peacekeepers and stuff like that. But in other words, this sounds like they're preparing for war with the bear, and Ukraine is going to be a battlefield. What are your thoughts on this one here, guys? Leave comments down below. Alright, so give me a second. I want to see if I can find some more information here. That's a very important meeting, breaking news meeting this Friday. Geez, something big just went down. Look at this here, guys. Look at this. Kharkiv is now under heavy bear strike. At least 15 explosions has rocked the city. That's nighttime, but again, the sky is just completely lit up. So there is massive strike going on right now, guys. Multiple strike is going on. Wow. We have more breaking news. Nation against nation. Zelensky said Crane has handed over evidence to the sleeping giant, proving that the bear violated the energy truce. You have evidence? You had evidence all this time and now you want to release it? Stuff like that should have been shared. All right, we do have more breaking news here, guys. Donald is frustrated with the leaders on both sides, Vladimir and Zelensky. We actually talked about this yesterday. And so he's very fed up with both on this biblical war in Ukraine. He wants to end, he wants the war to end. And he wants to do it before April 20th. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right, so you guys know the Passover that's coming, right? And so Donald wants to end it, I guess, before Passover, something like that. But it seems like that's not gonna work. That's absolutely not gonna work. Passover dates, the holiday. It says here the holiday, Pesach or Passover, falls on the Hebrew calendar dates on Nisan 1522. The Passover 2023 begins before sundown on Wednesday, April 5th, 2023, and ends after nightfall. This is, give me a second here. So Passover in the coming years, 2024, April 22 and the 30th, 2025, and April 12 and 2026. So we in this one here. Give me a second. So it seems like this is the date here. So before April 20th. But guys, you know what else is coming on April 20th? That is the 90 days. I think it's 90 days that Donald gave the Department of Homeland Secretary 90 days. I want to report on my desk. Again, when Donald was inaugurated, the first thing he did was he declared national emergency at the border. And at the same time, he gave the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, 90 days. I want the report on my desk by April 20th. And I want to know if the situation is under control. If not, ladies and gentlemen, that's when a lot of people's talking about martial law, insurrection act could be declared, invoked. All right, so give me a second here. Let's go back on Twitter really quick. All right, guys. I want to bring this one up really quick here. A little update when it comes to the Holy Land in the U.S. Man, those birds are out there, boy, oh boy. It says here, regardless of what Channel 14, that's the Holy Land news station, Channel 14 says or not, biblical war is coming to Persia. If you have been following for 12 months, this is a scenario. There is a reason why the Sleeping Giant is sending B-2 bombers and another aircraft carrier to the region. I do, again, it's Bible prophecy. We already know that things are gonna hit the fan. We don't need men to tell us that. We already know it. It's written in scriptures. All right. So far, this is all the news coming out when it comes to Crane versus the Bear. All right, so I'm trying to double check something here before I end it. Let me just refresh the page. And once again, thank you so much for your support, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Give me a second here. I see something in this one. Just then, the bear cannot accept the sleeping giant proposals to end the biblical war in Ukraine in their current form because they do not address problems Moscow regards as having caused the conflict, Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei said. Well, Donald could be furious all he wants. Again, he was hoping to get it done before Passover and his name to live long in a legacy along with other very powerful leaders. But yeah, it seems like it's not looking good when it comes to nation against nation under the Donald. Everything else, Donald is doing an amazing job, but when it comes to nation against nation, it's just not working. Again, these biblical wars has been going on since day one. Donald is going to try to kind of bring peace. Right? Again, it's not going to work. It's not. Even King David couldn't bring peace to the world. And he was battling with all these enemies. And a mighty warrior that put on the armor and went after all the, Goliath. So again, Donald, he needs to understand when it comes to peace on earth, there's only one peace. His name is Jesus Christ. You can't bring peace to nations. Jesus is the only way. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Once again, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Monday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.